like to introduce the simple project we came up with yesterday. So on this project, we've been working together with my friend Vlad. He's sitting there. Vlad, say hi. Okay, so mainly we are iOS developers, and our prototype is an iOS application. So what's Rombo? Rombo is a service and application for safe rides. So it's application and service which provides safety while you're using taxi services like Uber, Yandex Taxi, BlaBlaCar, whatever. I think there are a lot of different services in the world. So it collects information about the driver and his driving style, and like accidents and his bad habits and so on. So yeah, as I said, problem we see. So taxi services do not guarantee your safety, especially with lower priced services like Yandex Taxi, economic class, Uber, BlaBlaCar. Actually, when I was using Yandex Taxi on the previous week, my driver crashed into another car and it was awful. So yeah, so problem: car accidents, rapes, bad service, and so on. Yeah, it's not a joke. It's a it's a problem for some countries like rapes and Uber. And solution: we can check driving style. We can check driver's history. We can check driver's reputation in criminals databases. We can notify your relatives when you get into the car, or get in touch with some unfamiliar guy, and we can report to driving department, taxi service management, and share our feedback with other users, because you cannot see explicitly feedback from Yandex Taxi what actually users say about this driver. You can see only his rating. Features. Yeah. So on start of the ride, you can for the start of the ride, you can order a taxi from the app. Uber provides some API for this, for example, Uber. Or you can make a screenshot of the order, and with a visual recognition system, you can parse, for example, car plate number and so on. You can take a picture of the car or fill up manually and so on. Check driver's reputation. You can check his driving style. You can check his accidents history and other reviews. Also, you can track your ride. You can send notification to your relatives or whatever person you would like to notify. You can set it up in the application. As a part of our application, it's installed on the client's application, and using some motion sensors, location services, and accelerometer, it can detect if, for example, speed limit was broken, or maybe with accelerometer the driving style was not so good, and so on. Yeah. So, as I said, and another thing, you can report to the driving department or taxi service and so whatever. So, use case: your daughter needs a ride to the home after evening classes. So it's late night. She's going to order some Uber or Yandex Taxi and so on. She orders a taxi, and Rombo declines some drivers with unsafe driving style. She says, like, this driver is not so good. He had a lot of accidents, and maybe, Rombo selects one he likes. She gets into the car, and you receive a notification. It could be like a part of errand management and so on. So when your child gets into the car, you receive a notification that your child gets into the specific car, a specific rider, and so on. Do you know that drive Rombo collects information about the current driver and his driving style? For example, on some part of the road, it detects that speed limit was broken, or maybe wrong lane was used, or something like this. When she leaves the car, Rombo sends a message to your device that everything okay. Maybe she was driving to your grandmother or so on. And if Rombo collected some information that it thinks should be sent to, for example, taxi service or driving department and so on, it collects and sends a report. For example, if driver not so good, maybe our department can check some cameras and so on this road and see when actually and where it happened. Actually, it could be useful for some B2B version. For example, if you have some service and your employees use some cars or another vehicles, you can install on those devices like application for this, and it will collect the information. So we implemented a quick prototype. It's not so much, but something. Actually, it includes login, ordering a drive, and using Epiphonic service sending a notification to your relatives by SMS, and also collecting the speed violation detection and report. Okay, let me show you a quick demo. So here's the application. We're going to sign in into the using Uber API. Continue. So here we are. For example, we are going to Academy Park. We are ordering the ride. So in this situation, I'm myself relative, so I received notification of my rides. So it's processing. For the demo, we have some stops here. So ride accepted. So now we are supposed to get in the car, in trip. So I received a SMS which says that I get into the car. So and here's a collected report. We can send it, for example, in police department or whatever. And so there are a lot of features we can come up with. So that's all we have done yet. So thank you for your attention. Maybe any questions or whatever.
What you've shown to us, it's POC, right? It's not.
Actually, it's application. So we stopped some services with, just fake callbacks for demonstrating, because obviously I cannot demonstrate when how I get into the car, Uber car, and so on. Yeah. So obviously a lot to be done. So yeah.
How does it detect all speed?
Yeah. So it's. Maybe it's not so accurate, but so far we implemented something like service which takes snapshots of your location every n seconds, and if, for example, you you've ridden 100 kilometers by 60 minutes. Obviously, you some of the limits was broken and so on. Yeah, using motion services and location services and so on. Yeah, thank you.